conventional and social media is an affront on our democracy. The APC administration has succeeded in plunging this country into a political aberration. Before the international community, Nigeria is now seen as a laughingstock. We are seizing this opportunity to call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to disband and call for a total overhaul of the entire electoral body called Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, under the supervision of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. They have performed woefully. Professor Mahmoud Yakubu has succeeded in debasing that institution. There is no longer credibility. We are asking him to throw in the towel or face the Nigerian people. Secondly, as an addendum to that, we are also calling on the INEC chairman. Last week, when we had our World Press Conference, we gave them 48 hours to allow our lawyers access. As a matter of that, they only allowed our lawyers access to 2 irrelevant states to inspect the materials. The key states that we are hoping to use to overturn the election, they have persistently and consistently refused our lawyers. We are giving them 24 hours from now. 24 hours. If not, they shall meet the Nigerian people, occupy the entire INEC offices in this country. Secondly, we are also using this opportunity to address the spokesperson of the PCC, Bayo Onanuga, his incendiary statements and comments in trying to divide Nigerians along ethnic lines and religious lines. This was the same thing that happened in Rwanda in 1994, when Hutus began to divide, using divisive statements, incendiary statements, inflammatory statements on the Tutsi, calling them cockroaches, and that led to a genocide that lasted for over 100 days, between April 17th to July 15th, 1994, that killed over 800,000 Tutsi. We don't want that in Nigeria. We are calling upon him to rescind his words that are divisive. Nigerians are equal in any part of the country, and in fact, Nigerians are supposed to live anywhere without the fear of tribalism. Thirdly, security agencies are complicit of all that transpired during the gubernatorial election. We are calling for a total overhaul of the security agency, being led by the Inspector General of Police. By law, his tenure is expired. He's not supposed to remain there. We don't know on what law they are operating in this country. Lastly, we are seizing this opportunity to call on the current government for an interim government to be put in place to enable effective and smooth judicial adjudication on the presidential election. Because as it stands now, the president-elect of this country is His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. The one illegally declared by INEC cannot be given power come May 29. And that is why we are calling on President Muhammadu Buhari to constitute an interim government to hand over power to, so that that interim government can superintend over any of the litigations to create a smooth sail of the presidential litigations ahead. The battle to salvage Nigeria is a battle of no retreat, no surrender. Our votes must count.
As Nigerians are still nursing the pains manufactured by the INEC-supported, scripted election and the irregularities that have characterized the presidential elections over 2 weeks now, we have yet again recorded another disgraceful conduct of the governorship elections held almost in all states of Nigeria where governorship elections were held. We witnessed a lot of irregularities carried out by the security personnel attached to INEC, OD staff, and members of the ruling frontline opposition party, which have created ugly rooms for the disenfranchisement of voters who came out to vote for their choice of leaders and political party in almost all the states where elections held across the Federation. And as democracy allows the VMCII to operate, we say these actions are wrong and unacceptable in all its ramifications. As a nation who is expected to lead the path for a solid democratic fairness, equity, and justice in Africa, we are supposed to connect our nation to be placed on the path of history where the right thing is done at the right time, so we can consolidate the gains of a democracy that will spread into other smaller nations in Africa with a much